Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is me going Q3 of the weekly contest 443, longest palindrome after Substring Concatenation 2. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about this one. So this one is kind of hard. It took me a while to think about this one. And honestly, I don't know, maybe my brain is just not going so well. I had to come back to do it. And once I came back, I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of obvious. Still hard to go for the cases, or it is tricky, but at least you can reason through it, right? And given that N or S and T is 1000, it is just brute force dynamic programming every way you can. The first thing that I did is actually, I reversed the string for T. No, I don't think it. And the reason is just so that we go in from left to right in both strings, so that yeah, so that is a little bit easier. So now that I think about it, oh no, yeah, that's right, because you have to combine the S and the T in that order. So you can't do like B, A, B, or something like that. Okay, I don't think. I thought maybe you could, but yeah. But so you could reverse T, and then after that, it is just a lot of honestly just thinking about all the cases. And for me, yeah, I'll go for. I have like 5 dynamic programming functions, but they're not that difficult, I hope. But let me write it out. And here, the first one is, how do I even want to go for it, right? So here, the longest is that longest S is just equal to starting at I and ending at ending at S minus 1 at latest. What is the best result, right? Best palindrome. And this is just for one. We only care about S, meaning that the longest palindrome is in one string. So this is basically it. And the reason why I say at the latest is because let's look at this function, longest of T. Longest sub S, which is that, okay. So what this does is kind of what I call a for loop unrolling, right? Maybe the way that you would think about, another way that you might have considered it might have been something like, actually let me write it underneath instead. Another way that you do, right? And you say for J is in range from I to S, you do best is best longest of S. In this case, I call it S2 from I to J. So this kind of does the I and J, loop. And actually, for this problem, it actually would have been fine because it goes I to J, right? And like we have S square is fine for this problem. But the reason why I did this is not for this particular part, but it is that I have a function that I might as well use it. But yeah, and the reason why I say latest is because longest of S. Now we see the loop. I sometimes call it loop caching or something like that. But it's just, yeah. So then it gets the result for. So recursively chop ones off and then calculates the answer for the right thing. So it just kind of does everything, right? And longest of 2 is a forced function, which this is given left right. Give me the longest palindrome that has to use every character from left to right, inclusive, right? So that's basically what this function does. And yeah, pretty straightforward. It is what it sounds like. It just and it is a DP because I want it to be a DP so that we save down the memory. I mean, but you can also think of it as a while loop, right? Just going one count to the left, one count to the right, and then do it at one at a time. So that's basically it for one string, right? For one string, you do it for every possible left, every possible right, and this gives you the longest string for one word, and that's fine, and we cache everything. I'm not going to go over the dynamic programming or memorization details for this problem today, just because honestly it's 5 a.m. for me here. It's a little bit late, and also, yeah. I have a lot of videos, so maybe in the future I'll go over this one again if it comes up, but that's basically it. And I wrote the same thing for T, right? So T also has the same thing, the loop unrolling thing, the loop caching thing, and also this thing, which is, the longest thing, right? Okay, so given these functions, then now I go, okay, well, we have this I function, this other function that gives us, let's say we're starting at index S and index T. What is the longest, okay, let me put it here. Given index S and index T, what is the longest palindrome that can be created with suffix of S sub, I guess it just said, and T of index of T, right? That's basically it. And here we have a base case, which is, we'll go over all the cases, but that's basically the entire idea that ties everything together, which is that, okay, so base case, right? It says we run out of S, so let's get the ran out of S, so let's combine the rest of the T string, right? So that means that we do the longest sub T. Remember that longest sub T is the same as longest S, which is the loop thing, which is that it basically, you can think about this as a for loop that goes from index sub T to T minus 1, and then index of T to T minus 2, index of T to T minus 3, and then from all of those get the longest remaining palindrome, right? And this is the same thing except for with ran out of T. So let's combine the rest of the S string, right? That's it. And then this is the base case. These are the base cases, and these are the crazy cases, right? So if they're not Leetcode, then, well, then the answer is just 0, right? And that's it. Maybe it could have been. Actually, I guess I could have actually avoided that case by adding an if statement, but that's fine. And the reason why that adds up is just complexity time, or constant time complexity. But yeah, but here, if they are the same, then we can either add 2 to longest, and then now remember here we have to use index. We have to use the prefix of this, right? Because we already started. That's what this function it does. We have to use it. So that's why this returns 0 if you don't have it, right? But here recursively you can say we use 2 characters plus the longest of, well, the remaining suffix, or so this is just, keep going on S and T and match, right? Here this is let's stop on S and continue to match on T, and this is let's stop on T and continue to match on S, and that's it. That's all the cases. It kind of is a lot to kind of put together, but there weren't any tricky things. I must warn you that on Python this is very slow, but it still passed. I guess I closed the window. Oh yeah, I mean obviously that goes. But so you can see that it passed in a couple of seconds. But yeah, I'm gonna show you all the code. So this is the top, given the longest S sub 2, the longest S, right? So these are just S things combined. These are the T loops, and this is the longest, and yeah, and then now this is just because the reason why we have all these loops for now is because that if you kind of watch the live portion, I was going to write a thing with an extra parameter, but I feel like that adds extra time and complexity and adding stuff on the stack. So I made it so that this function, you have to use index of S and index T. As a result, we have to try every beginning character, because otherwise, oh yes, accepted C. But because otherwise, then you don't start at every character, so you have to store it somewhere. So you have to trade some time or space and so forth. And the same thing with well, I guess these ones. But yeah, that is all I have for this one. And oh yeah, complexity, right? So this is n squared because there's O of 1 operations here, and they're n, well, not n squared, s times t, kind of, you know, because that's, yeah, the number of states, and O of 1 on the rest. This is also t squared, right? T squared, just the number of states. And this is of s squared, of s squared, also the number of states. And that's it. And then some s times t loops and s plus t loops. And yeah, that's all I have for this one. Let me know what you think. I don't think this one is too, I don't know. I mean, I didn't get it during the contest, right? So I feel like once the light bulb hit wasn't so bad, but I don't know why. I'm having a slow day today. So yeah, that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching, and you can watch me solve it live during the contest now. I'm risking it to being too slow, but maybe it's fine. Is this the same one as Q2? Oh, it is the same one as Q2. I didn't actually, okay. So I don't feel that bad about doing it faster. Okay, 1000, so it needs to be an n square solution. Okay. This is a hard, what's the Q4? Q4 6, 7 points. Or 7 points. Okay. How do I do this one? And cheating, I see that only 584 people got this one. A similar amount in Q4, so maybe skipping ahead is not too big of a deal. But, well, not necessarily, but okay. So decompose doesn't work. So 1000. Huh. My ideas are around parsing one of them, but and then do lookups. But that seems probably gonna be too slow, even with a log n frame. So Huh, I really have no idea to even think of how to attack this one at all. Maybe managers for one of them, but I don't know how managers work, so I only know it as a black box. So if there's some way of doing it. Because you can really, because that'll be n cubed if I do it naively, right? I feel like I don't have a strong thing for it, so I'm gonna skip ahead. I don't usually skip ahead, but I usually have some idea, even if I don't have a good idea. Let's skip ahead. Anyway, well, maybe this is my library in the future. Okay, so let's see if I can upsell for Q3. Yeah, Q3. This is Q2. Actually, I'm gonna take a quick break. So yeah, I mean, you won't notice it, but I like to mention it before I cut away, so you don't think I'm. I don't know, I mean, I guess I am cheating. I already know the problem. So yeah, all right, BRB. All right, I'm back. Just kind of had to take out the garbage and stuff because I feel like I spent so much time on Leetcode today, but I need to do a little bit of errands. But okay, yeah. SNT is 1,000. Can I figure it out? Can I go? I guess DP is just backwards, right? Maybe. N square, right? So it's just matching each character, but then so you have to start. That's only 4 million. I don't know if that's good, but okay, let's try to write it out and then we'll see, right? So maybe longest next t, right? That would be backwards, and then like a started s, started t or something. Or maybe we don't have to. I think that just adds confusion. Because then now I can write if s of ind. Okay, base case. For some reason, I think when I last looked at this problem, I was thinking more like I don't know, more linear for some reason. Even that doesn't make sense. But yeah, and it just goes all the way down. So I don't think this should be that bad. I don't know why I kind of. Okay, so if this is done. No, I mean, if this is done, then we. The base case is tricky too, right? Because this is a weird one. I think, okay, but I do think before I didn't have any idea at all, but I was like, why am I not doing DP on my way walking? So I did lie about not thinking about this problem when I was walking, but it was only been a couple of minutes. Is that then now you have to think about where it ends, and that's hard, isn't it? Oh no, we can just we just have a different DP. Something like this, right? And then in this case, you just return longest longest t, 0 index t or something, right? And then if index t is equal to t, then same thing, but okay, but it is index s, and then just s minus 1 to be inclusive. And this is actually wrong because we want to count this backwards. Or we could just reverse the string, right? We could reverse the string, it's fine. So here we just, yeah, okay, we reverse the string, so then we just copy. And then here, it'll be the same either way, right? So I think that's fine. Okay. Yeah, then in this case, we actually want the same thing. T minus 1 inclusive. Okay, right? These are pretty similar actually. Let me just write it. If left is greater than right, and I don't think it can be, and we just return 0 anyway. Left is equal to right, we return 1. Otherwise, we return if. Oh, and there's no. No, there is a choice. I mean, it's not an or choice. It's a pre-sum on the right side. That's the trickiest part. Okay, so this isn't quite right, but this actually will become a for loop of sorts, but now it's just return longest s. Okay. Okay, so then now minus 1, we want the max of either this or no, this is recursive, this or this. just like a suffix something, right? Okay. This is still very awkward in the sense that it is so much. It uses so much memory. I don't know if this is actually going to work, but I don't know. Oops. I guess that's from before. This is where I want to write this. But then now this is forced. And then if and I'm going to write the same thing for T. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to get away from not doing it, but I don't think I can easily without like passing a string or something like this, or having more if statements, which is the same anyway. I don't know how I mistyped that one. Okay, right? So then now we have the we have like 5 DPs covered. Okay, so then now we just go, okay, if this is the same, then yeah, let's go 0. I think this includes all the things, but maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, right? If they're not, and just return 0, is that right? There's no skipping. So yeah, okay. Oh no, there is a choice. This is wrong in the sense that, well, this is no choice, so that's base case. But we can do this, or okay, or we end on, yeah. Oh, so this is 2 plus this. So and we end, so end t, so index t plus 1, t minus 1 inclusive, right? Or we end on the left, or on the est. Maybe, right? Remember the cache. And then we just have to kick off all of them. Which is awkward. Am I right? I don't know. This doesn't seem that bad. I don't know why I took. Yeah. I mean, we'll see if it's even right first. It may time out, which I would be happy about. But yeah, okay. That's not great. I was hoping this would be great. So 1, why am I not getting 1? Because I'm starting, oh, I need to do the one where, okay, I guess that's why. Yeah, if I, what is it called? Longest S from I to s minus 1, something like this. So this should fix one of them and not the other. Well, I mean, it doesn't fix it, but did I mix something up? Why would that happen? Longest S, longest T, right? What is calling this one? And my longest T, maybe I have a typo. Yep. Okay, is it fast enough? Probably not, but let's take a look. Here, actually, I guess I could try. Real quick. It looks very slow already. Okay. Oh, and memory limit exceeded. That we can fix, but maybe anyway. Longest dot cache clear or something, right? Clear cache. Is this? Still memory limited. I just want to see if it's a little bit better. Ah, it gave it 2 answers, so that's good. But I really need to start doing this by default behavior, but it's still very stupid. I should have been able to solve this. I don't know, maybe I'm just really off. And maybe I need to optimize this, even though this is n square. But the constants are... I don't even think the constants are high, it's just a cache thing. 12 seconds for 4 things, I don't know. I am going to YOLO submit only because it's after the contest. Otherwise, maybe I would think about it a little bit. It probably still times out. But maybe it doesn't run out of memory, so... Maybe we do have to convert it to bottoms up. Oh, that is actually unexpected, and it took a while to get there actually, which is actually shocking. I don't know how long this took, but output 1 expected. Am I not? Oh, The 2 is probably these 2 B's, but why? That's actually surprising. That's actually annoying because... Oh, I know, I see. That's a silly mistake. Because here, this means that everything in between has to. Otherwise this is actually negative infinity or something. I see. That's actually a bad mistake. Because that means that you can't reach it. Okay. Okay. I think hopefully that fixes it. Because if it's matching on the side and then it just doesn't care about the middle. I think I was thinking of subsequent something. Didn't really think about it too much. It still might time out anyway, so yeah. Oh, that is actually surprising. Okay, I mean, good enough for me. I'm not gonna... It's honestly 4:45 a.m. right now, so I do not care enough to solve this problem cleanly. She wasn't that bad, but it just took me a while to get a 17 second. This Leetcode is ridiculous, but thanks for watching, everybody. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about this contest, this problem, this explanation, everything in between. Stay good, stay healthy to good mental health. I'll see y'all later and take care. Bye bye.